Awesome. Welcome to Vinyasa Sculpt, everyone. We'll let some other folks trickle in as we begin. I just want to start on time to be respectful of everyone's schedules. This is a 45-minute practice. Nice to see so many familiar faces: Katie, Shay, Chelsea, my mom. And we'll begin this class in Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of your feet to touch at the center of your mat. Spread your knees out nice and wide and come to fall down on your back. Relaxing your upper body down on the mat. Bring maybe your right hand to your stomach, your left hand to your heart. And close your eyes. As we rest here, the first pose of practice, bring your mind and your attention to your breath. Feel your chest rise on the inhale, your stomach rise on the exhale. That's when we make these hand to heart and hand to belly connections. Feel the wave in and out. Begin to relax. Any thoughts or judgments or expectations, if they come up, just let them go with the next breath. This practice is yours, and that will look different from the class we had last week. That will look different from your practice yesterday and tomorrow. Let's cultivate an appreciation for that, a gratitude for our ever-changing bodies and acceptance of that difference. Take one sealing breath all together as a class. Inhale through your nose, get nice and tall, nice and long. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Release. Slowly blink your eyes open. Bring your arms down to connect to the mat. And come into this bridge pose. So stack your feet on the mat. Make sure you can tickle your heels with your hands. And then punch up into bridge so you engage your glutes, hips in line roughly with knees. Get nice and tall. Maybe you shimmy your shoulders underneath your heart to give your upper body a boost. Make sure your knees are parallel to each other. Pretend there's a block in between your thighs and you're squeezing, lifting higher, higher. Breathe here. We're going to be here for a few breaths, so find someplace relatively comfortable to hold. Engaging your glutes, engaging your thighs, pushing up from your heels. And pulse here, just tiny little pulses, letting go and then clenching your glutes to make this happen. Little baby inch pulses. Heating up our core, our thighs, our butt. Just for 4, 3, stillness in 2, and 1. Find stillness. Find a root with your left foot and reach your right leg up nice and tall. Point or flex the toes to activate the entire leg. Hold it here. And then pulse. Again, tiny little pulses here. This is a lot of work in our lower body for the beginning of class, so keep it nice and small. Whenever you feel overheated, ditch the Ujjayi breath and breathe out through your mouth. Just for 4. Yes, you can. For 3, switch sides in 2, and 1. Switch sides, plant the right foot back down, lift a left leg nice and tall, point or flex the toes to activate the thighs and the shins, the calves, and then pulse, pulse, pulse. Beautiful. Keep your hip up nice and high. Yes, you can. Can you get even higher? Whew. My thighs are heating up. That's okay. We're here just for a few more seconds. Yes, you can. For 4, 3, happy baby in 2, and 1. Plant the left foot down. Plant your butt, your lower back down on the ground, and then hug your knees into your chest, grabbing for the outside parts of your feet, rocking and rolling left and right, maybe straightening one leg, straightening the other. Just have fun here, opening up into your hips, into your hamstrings. happy baby feels really good. So take a minute here to see what needs a little more work. How are your hips doing this morning? Saying hello to your body. Keeping your lower back on the ground. Beautiful. Release the left foot down. So release the hand to foot connection on the left foot, keeping the right foot in your hand, and your right hand. If you can, begin to straighten the right leg so it activates the right hamstring. I'm not there yet because I'm not open enough to do that. Slowly bend into the right elbow to bring the foot closer to your face. Both hips are making connection with the ground. You should feel a beautiful sensation in your right hamstring. Hold it here for a few seconds. Push your feet into your hands, your hand into your feet. And then with control, nice and slow, move the right foot to the right side of your mat, opening up into the right hip. I am hitting my couch. Small spaces need adjustments. Option to keep your knee bent really a lot here. Maybe option to hold onto your shin instead of your foot. So many beautiful options. The goal of this is just to open up into your right leg. Keeping that left hip down on the ground. I'm using my left hand to press into my left hip to keep it down. A few more breaths here. Can you go a little deeper now that you're a little more open? Nice. Slowly bring that foot back to center. Nice and straight. One last little hamstring. And then relax it long. Bring the left knee into the chest to grab for the left foot and straighten the right leg to the left leg to your best of your ability. Again, if you can't make hand to foot connection, maybe you hug your shin, you grab for your shin, your calf, or maybe you make hand to foot connection and bend your knee. So there are two options here. You just want to feel a release in your left hamstring behind your left thigh. It's a lot for the beginning of class. I'm super tight. So just breathe into it. And when you're ready, bring your right hand to your right hip, holding the right hip down to the mat. Slowly guide your left foot to the left side of your mat this time, opening up into the left hip. Breathe. This is still the beginning of class, so bring a lightness to everything you're doing. Everything in this class is supposed to feel good, not feel super intense, just challenging enough for you to have fun. One more breath here. And then slowly bring the left foot back up to the sky. One last hamstring stretch. And then bring it back down to the ground. Rock and roll the length of your mat to have a seat at the top of your mat. We're going to move a little quickly here. Crisscross applesauce at the top of your mat. Inhale your arms up nice and high to mountain pose. Wrist stretch to the right. Use your right hand to grab your left wrist and stretch to the right. Keeping the elbows in line with the ears. Can you reach up first rather than right? So this isn't about how bendy can I be, but really how much of a sensation on the left side I can garner. Release the hand grip, neutral mountain pose, grab for the right wrist and reach to the left. Can you go a little deeper? Reach up a little further. One more breath here. Feel the blood draining from your hands and your arms. And then shake it out. Relax. And then twist to the right. Bring your right hand behind you. Left hand meets right knee and twist. Look maybe behind you, getting an added neck stretch. All of your weight should be in the center of your body. You're just using your right arm as a tripod stand. Don't dump any weight there. Engage your core to create a flat spine, shoulders over hips. One more inch. Maybe another. Maybe another. That feels so good. And then switch it out. Slowly release. Swing to the left side, using your right hand to catch your left knee, twisting behind you. Again, sit up nice, tall, and proud. Avoid dumping into the left hand. Maybe look behind you for an added neck stretch. Can you twist a little deeper? Pretend like you're a towel. You're wringing out all the water. Twist a little deeper. Yes, you can. One more inch. Beautiful. And relax. Come back to center. Let's move on to tabletop pose. Come onto your hands and knees. Stack your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. I'm going to take a few wrist stretches here. So if you know what wrist stretches are in your practice, go through those motions. I'll take you through a series of them that get increasingly more intense. The first one is to move your hands 90 degrees to the left and right so they're facing the long edges of your mat. And we're just rotating horizontally left and right. All the way left until you feel a sensation, and then all the way right until you feel a sensation in your right wrist. So see how mobile you can go, how big, how horizontal can you get. Slowly opening up into those wrists. If this feels really accessible to you, flip them 90 degrees again so your fingers are facing your knees, and this time move vertically. If you're looking for something more, maybe you allow the heels of your hands to lift off the ground as you stay closer to your heels. This should be a lot. It's a really quick wrist opener. It's really intense. It feels really nice. One last one is to flip your hands. Your palms are facing up and your fingers are facing each other, and then take little circles here, left and right. Nice. Feel free to stretch out your wrists anytime throughout class. It's super important that these guys stay strong and flexible. I'm good for now, so let's flip our hands back down for a neutral tabletop and take some cat-cows. Inhale, look up, curl your butt out. Feel this amazing ab opener. Inhale. Exhale, round through, looking between your hands, puffing up your shoulders. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round down. Take these on your own time. Make sure to add your shoulders into this mix. This is a whole big upper body stretch. Bending and flexing and concave and convex. So many different parts of our body are moving. Before you move on to the next one, make sure you're in the first expression fully. One more here. And then find a neutral tabletop pose. Engage your core, flat spine. Bring your hands 1 or 2 inches in front of you and step back into high plank. Your shoulders are over your wrists. You're powering up through your core. Hold it here for a few seconds. Whew. Move your feet back so you're just on your toes here. And then take little toe flexes. So we're going 1 inch forward, 1 inch back, just using our feet to guide us. This is a lot on our core. I totally get that. Option to come down to your knees anytime you want. Core is super important in this practice for so many different reasons. I got my license, my yoga instructing license, from a place called Core Power, which totally identified with that. You do ab exercises every other second to fire up the core. All right, we're here for just a few more seconds, just for 4. Yes, you can. For 3, all the way down, slowly bend down to cobra in 2 and 1. Slowly bend into your elbows, keeping them nice and tight to your core, all the way down, and then root to rise. Cobra, peel your upper body off of the ground, engage your core. It really doesn't matter how far apart your legs are, as long as you're feeling this back bend. I feel an awesome stretch in my hips. Maybe close your eyes for a second here. This feels really juicy. Take a minute. Bring your hands a little closer to your body to get even higher. It's so important we engage our glutes in back bends. Otherwise, you dump into your lower back, which is not great. So keep flexing the glutes. Push away from the palms of your hands. Can you get taller? Shoulders down your spine. Maybe tilt your head up a little bit to feel nice, tall, and proud. Beautiful. Slowly, like a wave, lower your lower body down, middle body, upper body, head. And then pushing your hands, preparing for a push-up, bring your hands parallel to your chest. And then in one big push up to high plank again. And then press back into downward facing dog, sending your hips up and back, bending into your knees. Take a minute here to reconnect to your mat, to yourself. Whew. So again, the proper form for downward facing dog is from high plank. It's not from tabletop. So from downward facing dog, you want to be able to shift forward into high plank pretty easily. That's the length between your hands and feet that should be most accessible. When you find stillness here, keeping a slight bend in your knees, maybe your heels touch the ground, maybe they don't. Keep pressing your chest towards your thighs, so maybe your head even comes through behind your triceps, in front of your triceps. Hold it here for a few more seconds. This feels really, really good to open up. And then shift forward into high plank and slowly lower down to cobra here. All the way down. Inhale, lift up to cobra. Nice big breath. Nice wave up. Exhale down and push up into high plank. And then press back into downward facing dog. We're doing a few of these rotations. So send your gaze forward, shift forward into high plank, bend, 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 all the way down. Inhale up to cobra, peel your upper body up. Exhale, lower down, wave down, press up into high plank, and then downward facing dog. Look up. Shift forward, high plank, bend, 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 slow, 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 slow. Inhale up to cobra, get nice and tall. Exhale, forward fold, or fold down, and then press up into high plank, and then press back into downward facing dog. Again, let's take this on our own time. So maybe you take it nice and slow, this little flow from high plank to down dog to high plank to cobra. Take it as slow or as fast as you want. The goal here is to just heat up a little bit. We want to get that kind of vinyasa cardio part in, because once we're a little warmer, we can, I'm already out of breath, we can get into postures a little more deeply. Let's take one more round of this on your own time, and when you're ready, meet me in downward facing dog. My triceps, my shoulders are already burning. One more round, here we go. Or stay in whatever position makes you feel good. And then meet me in downward facing dog. Whew. Beautiful. Downward facing dog. Bring your big toes together to touch at the center of the mat. Inhale your right leg high for three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, round forward into high plank. Knee to nose. Hold it here. And pulse, 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 pulse. Beautiful. Yeah. Inhale back up to three-legged dog. Exhale, hinge forward. Pulse, 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 pulse. Inhale up. Exhale, round forward. And pulse 3 times. And then inhale up. Extend, bend, and pulse forward into high plank 3 times. Beautiful. Just a few more of these, activating our core, our shoulders. Whew. One more. Meet me in three-legged dog. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, fallen triangle. Slowly bend into the right knee, coming and bringing it in between the hole created by your left hand and your left foot. Straighten it and set it down. Hinging forward, so we're in this kind of half or side plank with our right leg straight and in between our right hand and my left leg. I'm already sweating. If this feels really good, lift the right leg off the ground a few inches. Make sure your left hand is in line with your right. Whew. Maybe pulse it, maybe don't. Fallen triangle's hard as it is. We're here for 4, 3, back to three-legged dog in 2, and 1. Plant the left hand down. Inhale back up to three-legged dog. Exhale, come forward into kneeling crescent. Plant the right foot down, plant the left knee down. Inhale up to crescent, kneeling crescent. Feel this amazing opening in your left hip. Sink a little lower. Yes, you can. Catch your breath again. Drop your right hand down. Maybe it touches the mat, and reach up with your left and then to the right. Feeling this awesome left side stretch. Slow it down. Catch your breath. The fallen triangle stuff is hard. I totally get that. Maybe roll out your wrist. Do whatever feels good to you today. Nice. Slowly inhale up to this mountain pose from the waist up. Bring your hands together, wrap them, intertwine them, and then push your palms up to the sky. Engaging your shoulders here, hands in line with shoulders. Kneel deeply into this stretch. Deep, 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 deep. And then maybe rock forward, your arms forward. So you're in this weird cow position. So your back is kind of rounded forward. You're kneeling deeply into this kneeling crescent. Nice. And then lift up, all the way up. So you're in this kind of cow position with this back bend. Hold the back bend here. 1 more inch. And then relax your hands down to the mat and find half splits. Straightening out your right leg. Slowly curling over or bending over your right leg. Finding this awesome hamstring stretch. Flex the toes. Option to come onto blocks or a book here to keep your back nice and straight. Beautiful. Gosh, this feels really good. I could just stay here forever. Nice. Rebend into the right knee. Reach your arms up nice and high, crescent lunge. Find the grip, the kind of basket grip, lifting up into cow. And then exhale, slowly round forward, bending into the half splits and coming into this cat pose over your right leg. Inhale, bend and lift up. We're taking a few of these rotations. Back bend and kneeling crescent. Exhale, round forward, forward bend over the right leg. So if this makes any sense, we're kneeling crescent, doing this cow back bend, and then exhaling forward into half splits in this cat back bend. Using your arms to guide you. Take this as fast or as slow as you would like. Just for 4, 3, meet me in the lizard's pose, in 2, and 1. Lizard's pose, release the hands, maybe shake them out. Bring your hands to the mat, toe heel your right foot a little closer to the top of your mat, so you're creating an obtuse angle with your right leg. Come down onto your elbows or stay up nice and tall on your hands. Do whatever feels good here to open up into that right side hamstring or right side hip. Play around with it here. What does it feel like to bring the knee closer to the tricep? What does it feel like to keep it splayed open? If you want to activate the left leg, you can curl up off of the left toes and try it that way. So many beautiful options here. Just keep it nice and strong. If the lying lizard is in your practice, I encourage you to try that now. What does that look like? That looks like bending into your arms. So you create this chaturanga shelf with your triceps, bending forward on top of the triceps and straightening both legs off the ground a few inches and holding it. It's really, once you know crow, you can do like all of these weird arm balances. So try it, give it a shot, or just stay in lizards like me. And enjoy the stretch. Beautiful. When you're ready to move on, slowly plant your palms down to the mat if they weren't there already, and step back into high plank, and then lower down, all the way down, and lift up into cobra. Nice, strong, tall, proud. Exhale forward, fold down to the mat, push up into high plank, and push back into downward facing dog. A minute here. Notice how the right leg feels a little different from the left. We're going to balance that out. Bring your toes together to touch at the side of the mat. Inhale your left leg high this time. Exhale, round forward into this high plank, knee to nose. Pulse 3 times, pointing the toes. Inhale up to 3-legged dog. Get nice bendy here. Forward, come into high plank, and pulse 3 times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Inhale up, exhale down, pulse, pulse, pulse. Beautiful. Again, you're off at your own pace, your own timing here. This is a lot of shoulder stuff, a lot of wrist stuff. 1 more time. Meet me in 3-legged dog. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, triangle pose to the right side this time. So slowly come forward into high plank. Bring your left foot straight across to the right part of your mat. Lifting up into that right hand. So we're in this kind of side plank here with our left leg straight in this 45-degree angle to the right side of our mat. Option to lift the left toes off the ground if you're looking for more of a left side engager, and pulse it. This is really hard stuff, I promise. We're going to take a break right after this, or like a stretching break. We're here for 4. Can you get higher for 3? 3-legged dog in 2. And 1, plant the right hand down. Inhale, 3-legged dog, sweet release is coming. Exhale, plant the foot between the hands, drop the right knee. Inhale, up to crescent, kneeling crescent, and hold it. Whew. Nice. I can't tell you that you guys look beautiful because none of your cameras are on. We're gonna have to talk after this class about how I can get your cameras to come back on, but that's okay. I forgive you for now. So we're in kneeling crescent. Feel the stretch in your right hip. Engage your core, knitting your lower body in, shoulders over hips. Inhale. Drop the left hand down. Bend to the left. Again, we're reaching up first, then left. This is all about the right side stretch. Maybe your hand doesn't even touch the ground. That's totally fine. I should have said that on the other side. Whew. Reconnect to your breath. Slow her down a little bit. Nice. Inhale, back up to this mountain pose. Left hand meets the right. Find the grip that we practiced before. Flip the palms up to the sky. Inhale, round up first, and then round forward. Just practicing this with the kneeling crescent first. This kind of rotation from the bending up to the bending forward. Take a few of these. I feel this really a lot in my right hip. Take 1 more. Nice. And then release the hands down, straightening out the left leg for half splits. Bring the hands to frame the left foot. Engage the core, sit up nice and tall. Shoulders are in line with the rest of your back, flat spine. And hinge just from your hip. In these quiet stretches, maybe you close your eyes, connect back to your mat, your presence. And you sink a little closer to the left thigh. 1 more inch. And then rebend into that left knee. Reach up with your arms. Find that grip. Back bend here. Inhale from kneeling crescent. Exhale, round forward, straightening out the left leg, peeling the left toes off the ground. So this is the cat kneeling, cat. Half splits, bend into the leg, pop up into the cow kneeling crescent. Beautiful. Take a few of these on your own time. Again, the whole part of this is to stretch into various parts of our body. So while I'm up here in kneeling crescent, I feel it in my right hip, my core. And when I'm down in half splits, I feel it in my shoulders and my left hamstring. Feel free to stay in whatever position feels really good for you. We're just going to take a few of these. Matching your breath to movement, inhaling on the rise, exhaling on the fall. 1 more. And then meet me in lizard's pose. Release your hands down to the mat on the inside of your left foot. Toe heel the left foot forward so the heel is in line or above the knee. And play around with it here. Option to stay on your hands, option to come down onto your elbows, option to split your knee out nice and wide, option to hug it closer into your tricep, option to come off of that right knee, especially if that right knee is starting to hurt. A really great option to activate your right leg as well. So many gorgeous options. Have fun with this. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Nice. When you're ready to move on, option to take flying lizard here. Again, try it on this side. Even if you didn't try it on the other side, I'm gonna move my water so I don't spill it. Bend into your arms so much so that they create a little shelf with your triceps. Hinge your body forward so your upper body is fully on top of your triceps, straightening out your right and left leg until you pop up off the ground. Woo! or option to stay in lizard. Meet me on your hands whenever you're done playing with that. Thank you, Kelly, for the video. So beautiful to see you in lizard's pose. Plant your hands down and straighten your arms if you weren't there already, and pop up into high plank. Bring your left foot back down to meet your right. Slowly bend into your arms so you lower all the way down to your mat. Inhale up to crest or cobra pose, get nice and tall. Exhale, forward fold down. Push up into high plank, and then down into downward facing dog. Take a minute here to reconnect to the breath, bending into one hip or one heel and the other. Inhale your right toes nice and high this time. Exhale, slowly come forward and plant the right foot down. Big movement here from this kneeling lunge. Pop up into half split. So bring your left leg all the way up to the sky. Point or flex the toes. Your entire upper body is down towards your right leg. Release the neck muscles. Feel this in your right hamstring so much. Breathe. Yes, you can. Whew. This feels really yummy. From here, preparing for Shiva squats, we're going to slowly bend into both knees, bringing the left knee back down to meet the behind of the right knee. Bending the right knee so you're in this tiny ball, but the left foot never touches the ground. Inhale here, get nice and small. Exhale, pop up into half splits. Beautiful. We inhale down to Shiva squat. Exhale, straighten both legs. Inhale, crunch. Exhale, extend. Crunch, get small. Extend, get long. Inhale. Exhale. Take these on your own time. The goal here is to fire up the right glute. I promise this will be over really soon. You were so strong. If you're looking for an added balance here, come up onto your fingers. Maybe come up onto one finger of each hand. Maybe you can even bring your hands to prayer pose at your heart center. Or maybe you hold onto your right ankle or shin. Whatever feels good for you. We're here for 4. Yes, you can. For 3. Oh my gosh. Grab the left foot with the left hand in 2. Yes. And 1. Beautiful. Half splits. Bend into the left knee. Grab that left foot with the left hand and open up into that left thigh, left hip. Hold it here. I'm really sweating now. I'm with you. Keep a nice little light bend in the right leg so you avoid overextending the knee. Breathe. Open mouth breaths here, guys. That was hard work. From here, we're going to move on to the balancing sequence, which looks like dancers to warrior 3 to skandasana. So let's try that now. Slowly move your hand to the inside of your foot if it wasn't there already, and rise up into dancer's pose. Keeping that left hand to foot touching. I'm going to fall out because I did a lot of Shiva squats. But we're in dancer's pose. Bringing your left leg nice and high. Yes, you can. Hold it. The goal of this is a back bend rather than a how high can I get my left leg up challenge. Just for 4. Oh my gosh, for 3. Warrior 3 in 2 and 1. Slowly release the hand to foot grip, keeping that left leg back and straight. Reach forward, pretending like you're Superman, creating a T with your body. Maybe you take swimmers with the upper body, moving your arms up and back. If your right leg isn't hurting enough, option to take little pulses with the right leg. Tiny little pulses, activating the right glute. Maybe you do that with the swimmers. Maybe you don't. We're here for just 4. Yes, you can. For 3. Skandasana to the back of the mat in 2 and 1. Skandasana. What does that look like? You plant your left leg down on the ground behind you and slowly bend into the left leg, straightening out the right leg all the way down, or stay up here, or come all the way down and lift your heel up if you can't get into the full expression, and hold this. My entire right leg is off the ground. Just my heel is on the ground, sorry. Maybe I plant my left hand down and reach up with my right arm. Skandasana. This took me years to be able to get into this pose because I have ridiculously tight hips. So if this isn't accessible to you, that's okay. We haven't practiced this in 2 years because I haven't been able to do it in 2 years. But it's a beautiful pose. From here, big movement coming up to star pose. Use your hands to push you back up to center. Inhale to star. Exhale, goddess pose. Bend into both knees. Knees over ankles. Hips in line with knees. Whew. And maybe pulse here. It's like we're not doing enough leg work, but beautiful. Can you get a little deeper? Nice. Find stillness. Bring your hands to your thighs and take some of these awesome shoulder dips, dipping the left shoulder down to the center of your mat. Inhaling up, exhaling, dipping the right. Take a few of these on your own time. Nice. One more. Inhale up to star to reset. Straighten your legs and your arms. And exhale, hands through heart center. Forward fold. Melt your upper body down over your lower body. Feel this in your right and left hamstring. If your head is touching the ground, you are too close. Make a tighter stance. The goal here is just a free movement over your lower body. Let's take a twist. Bring your left hand to your right ankle and reach up with that right arm, twisting to the right side. Holding it here. One more inch. Breathe. Can you get closer to your thighs? Can that right arm reach up even higher, further behind you? Nice. And then switch it out. Right hand catches left ankle. Reach up with the left arm. Can you get lower? Yes, you can. Breathe, breathe, breathe. So we're twisting and bending over so many different movements here. And then release the left hand down. Slowly move into a low lunge towards the front of your mat. So bending your right leg, pivoting it forward, and then press back into high plank. And let's do that cobra flow that we've been practicing. Inhaling up to cobra. Exhale down, push up into high plank. Exhale down, facing dog. Nice. Let's do that all on the other side. Inhale the left leg nice and high. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Inhale right up into half splits, lifting the right leg up this time. We've practiced this before. You know how to set it up. Breathing deeply. Lift that right leg even higher. Relax your neck muscles. Relax your facial muscles. If you're looking for an added balance, maybe come onto just your fingertips. Maybe you hold on to your left shin or your ankle, or maybe you come into a prayer pose. Whatever works for you today. From here, preparing for our Shiva squats. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale, bend into both knees. Left knee meets the behind of the right. The exact opposite. Right knee meets the behind of the left. Sit nice and low. Can you go even smaller? Inhale. Exhale, half splits, reset, straighten both legs. Beautiful. Inhale, hinge forward, round, 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 tiny ball. Exhale, extend. Inhale. Exhale. Take these at your own pace. I'm going too fast. For my own good. But make sure your hips lower as far down as they can on that little Shiva squat. You want to engage your glutes as much as possible. Whew, yes, you can. We're all in this together, guys. Take breaks as needed. This is a lot of beautiful glute work. We're here for 4, 3, meet me in half splits in 2, and 1, half splits. Bend into that right knee. Reach back and grab that right foot with the right hand, using the left hand to add balance. Feel this in your right thigh. Feel this in your right hamstring. Sorry, right hip. You should not feel this in your right hamstring. Maybe I feel it in my left hamstring. Again, same balancing options here. Maybe try it out this time if you didn't try it out before. I'm a little too tired for that. Breathing deeply, relaxing the neck muscles. If your hand wasn't on the inside of the foot, move it there now. Slowly bend into the left leg and reach up, move up into dancer's pose, kicking that left thigh nice and high, creating a beautiful back bend. Whew. We're all in this together, guys. My left leg is cooking. My left glute is done with me. I promise we'll get off this in a second. One more inch here. Can you kick up even higher? Yes, you can. I know you can. For 4, 3, warrior 3, and 2, this is the last hard part of class, and 1, release the hand to foot grip, straightening out the left leg, right leg, bring the right arm to meet the left. Woo, like you're Superman. Maybe you take these swimmers, keeping the right leg behind you, nice and straight. If you want more in your left glute, maybe bend and straighten into that left leg. I'm gonna come out of it for a second. I am done with my left leg. If you come out of it, come back in. Use that little break to give you new, revitalized energy to try something you didn't try before. Whew, just for 4, 3, Skandasana to the back of the mat, and 2, and 1, plant the right leg back down, and slowly bend into the right leg, straightening out the left leg, so the heel is the only thing touching the ground. Plant the right hand down to the mat, lifting the left arm nice and high. Gosh, this side feels a lot better for me than the other side did. If you need to keep your heel off the ground, that's no big deal. If you need to stand nice and tall in this kind of like pseudo squat thing, that's also okay. We're just trying to get in a few twists here. A few more breaths. All together. One big movement here. Slowly come to the center and push up into star. Yes, star, star. I'm gonna face you so you don't look at my butt. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess pose. Sit nice and low and pulse. Maybe you try lifting your right heel off the ground while you pulse. See how that adds something to your calf. Sit even lower, shoulders over hips, and switch it out. Try the left heel. This is hard stuff, guys. And then just for the last challenge of class, I promise, try lifting both heels up. I can just hold it. If you can pulse and lift, that's amazing. I don't think I can do that. My legs are shaking. Can you get even taller onto the tops of your feet? Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Let it all go down. Woo, straightening out the legs. Maybe find a hand to elbow grip. Maybe use your hands to bring you closer to your thighs. Take whatever feels good for you. This is one of the last postures of class. So play around with it, have fun. Maybe sway, maybe twist. Wherever you are, release tension stored in your face, in your neck. Beautiful. Find stillness. Feel your heart beating. Maybe close your eyes. Let everything go. And then when you're ready, slowly hinge towards the front of your mat, bending into that left leg this time. Make sure the toes are facing forward. And then plant your palms down. Step back into high plank. All the way down, lower, 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 nice and slow. Inhaling up to cobra. Last cobra of class. Make it nice and strong and tall. Woo, I want to stay here for a few more seconds, but we can't. And then lower back down. Press up into the high plank and down into the downward facing dog. Last down dog of class. Slowly bend into your knees. Have a seat on your mat, bringing your feet in front of you. Bringing the soles of your feet to touch. Slowly spill forward over your thighs in this butterfly pose. We're here for just a few seconds. We've made it to the end of class. It was a hard class, but really fun and rewarding. Slowly straighten both legs in front of you and do a forward fold here. Again, hinge from your hips rather than rounding forward. Just hinge from your hips to keep your shoulders up nice and tall and proud. Maybe grabbing onto your shins as leverage. Feel this release in your hamstrings, maybe even in your lower back. And then slowly coming up into this L pose. Come to have a seat, shoulders over hips. And then with your last little bit of core strength, lean back, nice and slow, all the way down into Shavasana. Planting your hands, palms up to take energy in from the room, or palms down to conserve the energy you cultivated. Shimmy your shoulders underneath your heart one more time. Take up space. Maybe move your heels wider. And move your arms out wider. And relax. You made it. You did 45 minutes of amazing, hard, fun yoga. Thank yourself for that. Bask in the lightness, the flexibility, the strength that you just cultivated. Feel power from it. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you would like. If you would like to seal out class with me, slowly bend into your knees, hug them into your chest, and slowly rock forward into having a seat at the top of your mat, keeping your eyes closed. Bring your hands to prayer. Bow your chin to your chest to humble yourself for a minute. Thank yourself for this beautiful practice. Thank your body for leading you through the motions. Thank your mind for taking you here. Bring your hands to third eye center, the space between your eyebrows, your seat of intuition, your crown chakra. We bow forward and we say, Namaste.